I think it's purpurea.
What?
I hear people say purpea. I think it's purpurea.
Purpurea?
I think.
Kind of like paprika. Purpurea.
Purpurea, yeah.
Pooperia. Pooperia. I want to say pooperia. Just to piss people off. This is the pooperia. And they'll be like, no, it's pupperia. We're going pooperia because that'll be funny. All right, we are here in the studio with the Tarantula Collective and Tyler from the Spider Shop, who invited me out to the show in Pittsburgh, came down here. He's getting ready to hop on a plane and head back to to Tacoma in a few hours. But he's going to help me rehouse some of the animals that I brought back from the show. And the first one is the Avicularia pooperia, which is, that's how we're saying it now, pooperia. Now we've got this Tarantula Cribs enclosure here, brand new. This is the switch enclosure, so it's got like the lid that comes off the top and the removable background, and I don't have any other background, so we're just gonna stick with the white for right now. Well, I have them, but they're over there. So he's gonna help me set this up and get them rehoused. It's gonna be kind of like a little bit of a bioactive setup. So we've got some BioDude substrate here.
Where'd you get this from?
That I got from Fur Over Fangs, is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
Some cool guys here, they're in the Pennsylvania area. And this is just the Terra Aranea. We're gonna get a little damp. Put in a little bit of BioShot.
What is this?
BioShot, it's like a supplement for the dirt. Kind of gives it some beneficial organisms and nutrients and stuff for the isopods and springtails to kind of feast on. But it just kind of makes the soil alive.
I never heard of that.
It's mainly just beneficial bacteria. Gives the springtails something to eat, nutrients for the plants and stuff like that. And for the plants, I don't know what this is. So we got this little guy we're gonna shove down here in the back corner.
Did you get this from the show too?
The plant, no, all of that came from the BioDude as well. I just order like a pack of tropical plants or like arid plants, desert plants. So it's Avicularia, so it's gonna be an arboreal, so we need some kind of cork bark or something in there. I think this will work nicely. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, so we're just gonna put this in the back here, bury it just a little bit. Probably should do it where you guys can see it. Yeah, you can see it that way. There you go. All right, so we got that kind of set up. Then I have some sphagnum moss. This is just like the live terrarium moss from the BioDude, not sphagnum moss. Terrarium moss, and I soak it in water, and then we're just gonna kind of shove that down here, and this will give something for the springtails and isopods, or mainly just springtails. I don't think I'm gonna put any isopods in here. Gives them somewhere for them to live. It helps kind of keep the enclosure humid, and it also looks kind of cool. And then some leaf, you wanna crunch up some leaf litter and stick it in there, and then sprinkle on a little bit of the Stone Desert, that's what it's called. Oh, that looks terrible. How did you screw that up? I'm just kidding.
Shouldn't have left me here alone.
Walk away for 1 minute. And then here is just a bunch of springtails kind of hanging out. So we're gonna dump a little bit in there. That'll help with any mold or mildew, any fungus growth that might be going on.
Yeah, I like this stuff. We use this stuff in a lot of our stuff in the store.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot. I think the black is my favorite. So, I mean, I think that looks pretty good. That's not bad at all. So now I'm gonna give him the honors of rehousing there. So you wanna go in the top or on the side?
Whichever.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put the front on here. Just make sure I got all the crap out of the track. Oh. Let's see if I can get some footage of it real quick. And do you happen to know the common name for this spider?
Yeah, this is the purple pink toe. These are found in Ecuador.
Nice.
I actually saw some of these in Ecuador when I went.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I was driving down this road and they have like these concrete fence posts with these holes in them with like the wire going through.
Yeah.
I seen one just was like covered in webbing. So I slammed on the brakes, backed up. And there was a big spider, purpurea.
Awesome. She's beautiful. So let's get her in there. It's kind of nice having somebody to help out. Oh, I put the door on it. I'm sorry.
Works. I'm just gonna get her off there onto the...
Hopefully she'll hang out for a minute. Ooh, right on the plant.
It's a nice setup for an avic. A lot of avics tend to be, kind of fragile when they're young.
Yeah.
And so having the ventilation on the sides and on the top is great. This is how we would recommend setting up a sling like this.
All right, so we got her all set up. If you don't mind pulling the label off there and smacking it on there, because I always forget to do that. And then I have mislabeled tarantulas, as he pointed out earlier today. So one down. Now this came from the Spider Shop. He was nice enough to bring this to me when he came by. If you want to tell people a little bit about that, well, I put some substrate in here.
Yeah, so this is Stratogyrus sanderi. I think the common name is the Namibia horned baboons from Africa. Darlingi and Marshali. Darlingi, pretty common. This is a species I've only seen recently in the past couple of months.
Yeah.
We got a limited group of them in. This one sat on the shelf for a while and we sexed a female, and so I thought it'd be a cool thing to bring for you.
And what kind of horn is that on there? Is it just like is that the one that's kind of just like a little bump?
Yeah, they're not as impressive as a horn, you know, as Marshalli or Darlingi, but a rarer species.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very cool. And you pretty much just set it up, I'm assuming, just like any Ceratogyris.
I think I'd consider them terrestrial.
Yeah.
They don't really dig burrows for themselves. They might take advantage of hides or burrows. Definitely do a lot of webbing. I don't know if you can see this. It's been in this cup for a couple months, probably, you know, growing, and it's of course covered in webbing.
There you go.
Yeah, so
what I was thinking is we're gonna give it a little bit of a hide. We'll kind of stick this down here in this corner and kind of bury that. Dig it out just a little bit. I got some of this sandblasted grapevine.
it'll be great for like anchor point.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We need a plant. Ooh, I know what.
How about some of this gravel and leaf litter?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and do the gravel and leaf litter, that would be awesome. And I'm gonna go look for a succulent.
Definitely gives an extra bit of dimension here to the layout. Some, you know, mix in the gravel with the substrate. Exoterra sends you that stuff too, or does it come from Biodude, or?
The gravel Exoterra sent to me, but they sell it at the Biodude. And I've got a link in the description if you want to help support the channel. Just use my link. That would be very much appreciated. All right, so I got this
Link for Biodude?
For the Biodude, yep. Yeah, it's just my little affiliate link. So that's how we got it all set up there. And since it is arid, I'm gonna ask Tyler to sprinkle on some of this dried sphagnum moss, because I think it just kind of gives it that arid look. Just kind of break it up and sprinkle it on there. Hey, you got any more leaves over there? You should be here for all my rehousing videos. This is so much easier.
You're a real professional here.
Succulent, a little water. Oh, just for that. You get to rehouse her. I'll let you put her in there.
This
We
is
got
an
catch
old
cup
world.
handy just in case.
Typically a little bit faster, but, you know, just put one enclosure into the other. Oh, she's doing a little bit of the threat pose.
Yeah.
Awesome. That will be a spoiled spider here at the Tarantula Collective for sure.
Yeah.
Super impressed with all your setups and husbandry.
And you want to put a label on this one too?
Oh, yeah. Actually, this didn't have a label on it. It was written
I think it
marker.
does on the front, actually.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Oh, that is the wrong one. Yeah, don't do that. That'll really get me screwed up. All right, then what I like to do in this situation, we'll just set this on top so I can print the label later. Now for the last one, instead of using a Tarantula Cribs enclosure, we've got an Exoterra 8x8x12 here. The lid is a brand new, it just came out from Tarantula Cribs. It's their Exoterra replacement lid. It's got a little magnet on there, so they come with one of these things. There's also a Tarantula Collective version. Slaps on there, just makes it easier to get in and out. So we'll go ahead, actually I need that off to do this. It'd help if I unlock it.
They just came out with the 8x12, right? They had the...
Yeah, we had the 12x12 has been out for a while, but he just launched the 8x8. They have to be the new version, because like there's old ones that had clips instead of these little things, and they won't fit on those. I got a couple nasty comments for people like, I bought it for my Exoterra and it doesn't work. It's like, yeah, but you've had that one for probably 15 years.
yeah.
All right, so we got some more of this in here. We'll add some BioShot. Let's turn this sideways so I can see a little bit. Make sure you can still see.
No, I can't see.
What do you need to see?
I suggested that we do a blindfolded rehousing, but it might be kind of funny, but that might be a little reckless. You wouldn't suggest a blindfolded rehouse?
No, I would not. Especially if you're alone. All right, so we got some sphagnum moss in there. We got some of the BioShot. If you want to mix that up really well, I would appreciate it. Yeah, turn it however you need to turn it. Now I got a couple of cool pieces of cork bark here.
Is this your preferred stirring tool?
It is. It's
Where can people find this?
a paintbrush. I got it upstairs at Dollar General.
Any affiliate code for that one?
Nope.
We did a promotional product one time, you know, that we sent with our shipments that had
Yeah.
spider shot printed on the side of the paintbrush.
Nice.
Should get some more of those. People would really be like, at the shows, like, what is this for? You know?
I like the paintbrushes just because you can use the soft side to kind of coax the tarantula to move without worrying. And if they bite it, it's not that big of a deal. And it helps clean out the tracks of the tarantula cribs enclosures. So it's just kind of a curved piece of cork bark we're gonna shove down here in the middle, or on the side, I mean. Kind of move all that substrate over and compress it in there to hold that in place. Then I found this really cool piece of cork branch. I get this from the Biodude as well. I love the cork branches for arboreals. Kind of gives them something extra to hang on to. We're gonna need some more substrate. Let me ask you, do you say substrate or substrate?
I say substrate.
Everybody says substrate.
I think you're known for that. People comment about substrate and they spell it, spell it with an IT at the end.
Yeah. I don't even know how that initially happened. I think I just, my West Virginia accent.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, that's not even an accent. You're just an idiot. I'm like, I mean, I always said substrate. It's just like one video, I said substrate, and I didn't want to go back and re-edit it, so I just left it in there.
Stick to your guns, right?
Yeah, and so many people made comments about it, I was like, all right, that's just gonna be my thing now. All right, I got this little fern I'm gonna try and work in here. We're gonna plant that. It's looking a little crowded, but I think it'll be okay once everything is all said and done.
I think the spider will like that. Yeah.
Gives it a good place. We were actually talking about that earlier. Some of the enclosures I build, it's almost, I give them too good of a hiding spot, so then I never end up seeing them, which isn't necessarily bad. If it was a zoo, it'd be bad, I guess.
They're gonna like the clutter. They're gonna like the security of stuff surrounding them. Really unfortunate, we'll send like a P. metallica female and somebody will send us a picture of their setup and it'll be like a cricket keeper with nothing inside, just dirt and a water dish. I'm like, oh gosh, you gotta
Stress her out.
Yeah.
So what are we missing? We got a plant, we got cork bark.
Water dish.
A water dish.
I think we might have missed a water dish on the Sandera too.
Totally did. These are nice. Melamine, I get these from a restaurant surplus, like supply store, and they're not very expensive, but they're really lightweight, and they don't get all stained up like because I was getting those porcelain ones from Petco, like the blue glass ones. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I just flung water everywhere. But it would get hard water stains on them. If I dropped them, it would break, and this is nice because I don't have to worry about that. Oh, we need to add some springtails.
Some substrate.
Oh, and I also wanted to put in some, you're very distracting, I'll tell you that. I've completely lost my train of thought here. So I'm gonna briefly move this, and in this back corner, I'm gonna put some of this wet live moss.
You ever had a guest on here with you for REHOUSE?
No, I think you're the first one. And then I'm gonna pour some springtails back on that moss because they really like living back there. It's nice and damp. Whoop, and there's some charcoal for you too, guys. I like that. I like the way that turned out.
Looks great.
I think we'll have a happy spider there.
I'd be worried I couldn't keep the plants alive.
Well, that's the nice thing with that, the BioShot, that gives it a lot of the nutrients and stuff it needs. And all the Biodude substrates are bioactive. Like, they don't have to be set up bioactive. You can just use them as substrate. But if you keep it wet and you're gonna put plants in it, there's plenty of minerals and nutrients for plants and springtails and isopods and all that good stuff. Now, this came from Plums Exotics. I've been looking for a Wyberapora.
I'm with you on this one.
Wyberapora diversepes.
Yeah.
Y diversepes.
Yeah.
A really cool spider. This is a confirmed female. So when I saw it on his table, I was like, I gotta get it, because I've been looking for a sling forever, and I have not been able to find one. And this is apparently glued to the side of the enclosure. There we go. She's on this substrate, so I'm just gonna say substrate as many times as possible. Do you have the, yeah, can I have the paintbrush? And we're gonna see if we, first, ooh, chill. Let's see if I can get some footage of her real quick before she disappears. See if I can do this one. Yeah, I know, I'm not giving you a really good spot to climb onto. There you go. She probably immediately disappeared. So we got that in, lock it into place. And do you give all your spiders a water dish?
Our slings and juveniles don't always have water dish. Our avics, though, seem to do best with like dry substrate ventilation, and we put a little centrifuge vial in the vials with them with water. So
nice.
they get water dish, but the other stuff generally can rely on them getting their moisture from their food, and then the adults have water dishes, but
good deal.
I would typically recommend water.
Yeah. But the thing I really liked about the branches the cork branches I get from Biodude is sometimes they have that moss growing on them, or it's all dried up and dead now, but just like lichen, and I don't know, it looks really cool. So that's what I brought back from the Pittsburgh show. I want to thank Tyler so much for inviting me out and let me hang out at his table and take Polaroids with a lot of you guys, and yeah, it was fun. I was a little late, but sometimes that happens when you're driving to Pittsburgh. There seems to always be a wreck of some sort, but it was a good time. It was fun meeting all you guys. It was nice meeting Tyler, especially because he's the one that's taking me to Peru with him.
You're awesome.
Yeah, he says that. I bet 3 days into the trip, he's gonna be sick of me.
We'll get footage of it.
He's like, this dude won't stop filming me. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you came out to the Pittsburgh show, it was really nice meeting you. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
Just honored to be here and to spend some time with you. Really appreciate you too, man. So,
well, thanks man.
Thanks for
yeah,
what
it's
you
been
do.
fun. He's a good guy. Check him out, Spider Shop. I'll put links down below in the description if you want to check out his website. He's got an amazing selection of tarantulas and good prices, and he just got a huge import in, so there's going to be some really cool and unique stuff. So definitely check out the link in the bio, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of those videos we'll be putting out soon, because this guy will be in a lot of them and probably won't want to be. I'm just going to try to get as many candid and embarrassing shots of him as I can. But we're going to be finding a lot of cool tarantulas in the wild, and maybe make some kind of documentary or something, but definitely some good YouTube videos. So subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. Leave a comment. Let me know if you got any suggestions for names for these 3 new spiders we just brought in. So yeah, I guess that's. I gotta do that outro again. Hold on a second. Man, I screwed that up. As always, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for buying Tarantula Collective merchandise, and I will see you next Tuesday. I think I'm gonna use the different angle on that because everybody always sees that angle. Awesome. Well, that was good, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.
Appreciate it. Now I gotta stop recording.